my brothers and my sisters. I hope all is well with you. I greet you all with love and light of the Most High God, the infinite creator, source of all things, source within. I'm out here relaxing, waiting for my little queen to come out. I decided to do a quick video. I think it's very important, the topic I'm going to speak on. I'm not going to make this video long. It just amazes me. This is the year of revealing, and a lot of things are being exposed big time. I just see it for what it is, and I sit back and I just watch. And your sister stay in her lane, but I do have eyes, shall I say? I have two eyes to see outwardly, and I have inner spiritual eyes to see inwardly. And I pretty much see it for what it is. Many people, they're not playing the game very well, family. They're not playing the game very well at all, and it's crazy. It's it's catching a lot of people off guard big time. Some people they play the game very well, and they stay on top. They love the game and they play it very well, and they stay on top. I mean, many of you have ears to hear. I don't want to get my videos flagged or anything, so may you have ears to hear what your sister is saying. I speak from a place from in my heart space with love, and I'm just pretty much speaking from a place of what I'm sensing from within, as well as, things I'm seeing outwardly as well. But yeah, big time people, they're not playing the game very well whatsoever. Many of them being too caught up, being distracted. And we all know distraction is a beast. Distraction is a beast. Yes, indeed, it is a beast. Many, are just being too caught up, of the cares of this world and looking outside themselves, and you know, just being caught up in the foolery, shall I say, and lowering their vibration big time. It saddens me. It saddens me dearly, but I can't do anything about that. People are where they need to be. We all, are individually. We think for ourselves, and I'm not one to be a dictator, tell a person how to think, how to feel. Or we all got to get to that place for ourselves as far as wanting to renew our mind and, get to that place that we've never been. We all got to try to, just get to that place of, you know, um, as they say, when you know better, you do better, shall I say. When you know better, you do better. And being negative and vibrational, that's not the way. It's not the way at all. But getting back to the game, many people out there playing this game very well. And like I said, they're the ones on top, you know, as far as it benefiting for them. And then there are those that, they start out playing the game well. They was irrelevant, for a season, shall I say, and they get to the point where they don't like the game. They don't like how they feel or how it's making them look, and they want out, shall I say. And that's when it gets real tricky, especially when it comes to these so-called politicians. A lot of the foolery that you're seeing, that's going on with our government, as well as those who are so-called celebrities. Okay, you see them being exposed. You see them falling from the wayside, shall I say. The game, is getting old to them. And even though they want to stay relevant, it still takes for one to play the game, to stay on top, to be, shall I say, irrelevant, as they would like to be. But playing the game, it pretty much spits you out, and at the end of the day, one is being played like a puppet, pretty much. When it comes to R. Kelly, the situation disgusts me. Yes, it does. It disgusts me, family. But let me just say this: he's not the only one. It's all of this surviving R. Kelly. There's a lot that we could be talking about other than just R. Kelly. He's not the only predator person that's out here that's targeting young women. There are others there are other celebrities, shall I say, that are doing the same thing right now in the present. They just have been exposed. And you know why? Because they're playing the game very well. They're playing the game very well. It's when you stop playing the game. You know, you stop wanting the powers that be to pimp you and make you a puppet, shall I say. That's when it gets real tricky because they start to expose you. You know, those elites, shall I say, that are in the industry, you know, that's pimping the so-called artists, you know, in Hollywood. They know their secrets. They know their secrets. Family, all of them, for the most part, that are in the present are relevant, okay, and they're playing the game very well. Family, they all been initiated as far as going to these mansions, okay, and participating in a lot of, shall I say, ungodly, just things you wouldn't think that they would participate in, shall I say. And many of them know that they can easily be exposed. They know that they can easily, but for one thing, a lot of them, I'm gonna say blackmail. A lot of them have participated in acts, shall I say, that they don't want nobody to know about. Okay, because you have all these so-called, elites, people in the know, the producers, just people that can really take you to the next level, shall I say, in Hollywood. These are some very wicked, satanic people. Okay, and if they see you trying to come up, oh yeah, oh yeah, they'll take you where you want to be. Okay, they'll get you to that next level, but you got to play the game. They're going to invite you to these so-called parties in Hollywood, these mansion parties, and have you partake in the unthinkable. And for the most part, a lot of these Hollywood celebrities, okay, they're being taped, okay, and a lot of them are being blackmailed, and they have to play the game. They have to play the game to stay relevant, okay. And for a lot of them who wants to just, they want no parts of the game anymore. Like I said, it's getting old and it's taking a toll on them. Eventually they start to be exposed, okay. Their private life starts to be exposed, and I don't know what R. Kelly did, but for the most part, a lot of people knew that. They knew his character. They knew what he was about. For the most part, it's all about money. Okay, people would jump. They do anything for money. Sadly, but a lot of these so-called celebrities that knew about R. Kelly, they're not going to speak on it. You know why, family? Because they too would be exposed. They have a lot of dirt in their closet. They too would be exposed. Exposing R. Kelly is like exposing them. So that's why they won't stand up and speak on it. But for those who do speak on it, they are considered celebrities. You know, they don't have anything to hide as far as to that level. I'm not saying that they are perfect and they don't have issues, and their dirt is not like R. Kelly dirt. But what I'm trying to make is, they're just the ones that are not playing the game, and then for the most part, they're not as irrelevant either. Okay, for those who are, shall I say, playing the game, they're not going to speak up on R. Kelly whatsoever because it's going to expose them. And that what you put out, that what you put energy in, you're manifesting it, and a lot of times it's coming back to you. Okay, it's not going to affect nobody but you. So for the most part, a lot of them are staying silent. Silence speaks for itself. Okay, it speaks for itself. A lot of them gonna stay silent, and that's why R. Kelly has been able to get away with a lot. Because a lot of those young ladies, for the most part, they hung in there because he would give them a lifestyle that they normally would not have had. Um, as far as dealing with him, and not saying what he was doing as far as the nasty sexual acts, treat them like sex slaves. Not saying that that was the right thing to do. It wasn't, but a lot of them could have went home, but a lot of them choose not to go home. To this day, there's still some that are in his home. They choose to stay where they are, sadly. But like I said, everything's about renewing the mind. And like I said, when you play the game, it keeps one irrelevant. And but it ain't just Hollywood. It's politics as well. A lot of, so-called things are jumping off, in the White House as well. That's going to be revealed this year. But don't take my word for it, family. When it's all said and done, people love playing games. They love playing games, but this so-called worldly game, the powers that be, because we're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places. It doesn't care who you are. When you choose to play the game and be lovers of this world and looking down on your brothers and sisters, and all you're doing is chasing this money and all of that, that pretty much people seeing your character, and like I said, if you play the game well, it's going to keep you irrelevant. Okay, that means you got to jump and do what the power that be say do. But it's when you stop, it's when you get tired, all of a sudden they pull your card and you fall very hard. And if they don't pull your card and make you fall, they'll take you out. So this game is nothing to play with, family. It's nothing to play with. But like I said, R. Kelly, people been knew about him. I mean, people that was close to him, they been knew about him, family. But nobody done anything. Nobody done anything. Now they want to talk about it. Now they want to make a big deal about it. But the fact is, he ain't the only one. It's people that a lot of us that really actually like. Little do we know, if we knew what was really going on behind the scenes with these people, you think we would still feel the same way about these people? Many would be exposed this year. I'm telling you that right now, from the least to the great. Many will be exposed. And even with these so-called YouTube bloggers, you have some that are really, rising up to the top. And I'm a fan of a couple of them. I'm trying to stay in my heart space because it keeps me from judging anybody. It keeps me from taking sides. Me staying in my heart space, keep me, shall I say, at a even place to where I got love for all of them. I don't take sides. I don't jump in the comment section being negative. Even if I see things that, even if I see comments that are a little alarming to me and it bothers me, I don't take sides. People have the right to their opinion. I'm not a dictator. I don't tell people how to think, or how to, what they should write, what they shouldn't write. We all have the power to express ourselves how we choose. My thing is, I'm mastering myself. I'm mastering my emotion. I'm learning not to jump from 1 to 10 real quick. I'm learning to, take the time, see it for what it is, because it's all a game. See it for what it is. And just pray for my brothers and sisters. Pray that they get on track. That ego, I tell you, it's a beast too. It'll have you acting out of your character and not in your heart space. And you get to the place when you start to be, in a place of, you're growing and you're prospering, shall I say. You'll find yourself being up here and you're looking down on your brothers and sisters. And, like I said, depending on your character, because like I said, money magnifies that which you are. Depending on your character, people see like an ugly side to you. But even though that may be the case, I choose to just pray for my brothers and sisters that they get back on track. Prayer go a long way than talking about people. But like I said, a lot of people are playing the game by acting out and entertaining the foolishness, and it's just sad. It's real sad, but that's where they are. That's where they choose to be. I can't do anything about that. All I can do is just stay in my lane, and when I see things for what it is, I just pray for my brothers and sisters, and I stay focused, because looking back is not the answer. It's not the answer at all. I'm pretty much looking forward, looking ahead. And even though I see things that are along my path, that are on the sidelines, it's nothing but distraction. That's all it is, family. It's just distraction. Like I said, a lot of you, your future is so bright, but the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and it knows how, it knows how, to, you know, pick at you, shall I say. It knows your triggers, shall I say. So see it for what it is, family. It's just a game. It's just a game. And like I said, if you don't like the game, get out. Get out.